Alright, back with another quick video. So I realized I never really showed or talked about my quarantine or holding tank before. Might have mentioned it in the past, but never really showed any details of it online. So I want to give a quick overview so you guys can see what I typically run. So this here, I made this about 2 years ago. Very simple. It's just, pressure treated 4x4s, 45 mil EPDM liner on the inside. Simple lids with some of this corrugated roofing panel here. Let's see, so I'll go over and show you the filtration that's over there. Very simple setup, just a submersible pump here in the corner, pumps the water out to the stock tank that's over there. Total gallons with the stock tank is about 550 or so, perfect to hold a couple of fish for quarantine purposes. At the moment I have about a dozen goldfish that I bought as feeders. Right now they're probably 7 or 8 inches or so, because they've gotten pretty big, and the Beni Kikukuru that I just showed you guys is sitting in here currently. Simple construction. These are tied in the corners with lag bolts. Got these metal braces just to give it a little bit of support. So with the prices of lumber, it's probably pretty expensive to build these days, but when I did it 2 years ago, it wasn't too bad at all. I have this big 2-inch valve at the bottom for water changes. This flange that you see here is not actually connected to the plumbing. It just sits there to kind of give this thing support so the valve doesn't wiggle around. But there is a flange bulkhead on the inside, and that's what seals it to the liner. But you see, I just open this up and you get a ton of water real quick. So very quick and easy to do big water changes on here. See, there's the Kikukuru we just looked at a little bit, and then a couple of goldfish in there. Alright, so water gets pumped on this side. Just simple flexible pond hose comes all the way over here. This is a 150 gallon Rubbermaid stock tank. Water comes up through here, through these two inlets with these upturned elbows. So all the way there, just 1.5-inch plumbing. And then it dumps into these gold pan or gold mining sieve screens, if you will, whatever you want to call them. I think these are about 200 or 250 micron, so they trap some of the bigger debris, but again, it's not meant to be a very fine filtration. But you can see, this is just a couple days worth, and does a pretty decent job of keeping the water clean. These sieve buckets just sit on top of your traditional 5-gallon bucket, so water comes up through here, passing through there. These 5-gallon buckets are sitting on some just cinder block, and the front is cut out. So there's a big square opening that's cut out, so the water comes in through here, passes out through the front, and then goes back this way. And here for the media, just a couple of baskets. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets filled with just your typical feather rock, some ceramic media rods, and then just leftover piles of ceramic bio beads that I've had from old aquarium setups. Water passes through here, comes out these 2 bulkheads with these strainers, and dumps back into the tank. So very simple setup. Again, nothing fancy. This is probably about as cheap and easy as you can get. Aside from this tank here is pretty pricey. I used to have this before as an old quarantine tank, so I was able to just repurpose it for a filter. But if you want to do something like this, you could obviously do your own tote container, something fairly large, or even those 55-gallon blue plastic barrels that are used for food and liquid and whatnot. Things has a drain on the bottom as well. If I ever need it, sometimes I'll do water changes out of here, because this will build up quite a bit of muck, because it almost acts as a settling tank, right? Because the water's passing through so slowly. I get a lot of debris that builds up on the bottom, so I'll just open this valve here and flush it all out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, just a very simple setup. Not a lot of room here in the side yard, so it's fairly narrow. I think this is sitting about, about 40 something inches tall, I think. 30 inches wide maybe or so. I have a little auto feeder here. It's turned off at the moment, but when I was I had a couple toe side grow outs, I had that feeder going. Alright, that's it. Any questions, feel free to let me know.